7 habits that will make you more attractive. What does it truly mean to be attractive? Not in the shallow, fleeting sense that fades with time, but in a way that makes people instinctively gravitate toward you, drawn by your energy, your presence, and the depth of your character. Real attractiveness has little to do with the clothes you wear, the perfection of your features, or the number of compliments you collect. It is not something you can simply put on like a jacket or showcase on demand. Instead, it is born from within, forged in the crucible of discipline, resilience, and mastery over oneself. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And it is precisely this mastery, this inner harmony, that radiates outward, giving a person a quiet yet undeniable magnetism. Today, we will uncover 7 powerful habits, deeply rooted in the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, that will not only make you more attractive, but will also reshape the way you live. 1. Cultivate self-control. The art of mastery over desires. Picture a wild river in full flood, bursting its banks and sweeping away everything in its path. That is what a person looks like when ruled by their impulses, chaotic, destructive, and unpredictable. Now imagine that same river tamed and guided, its waters channeled into irrigation canals, nourishing fields, and bringing life to the land. That is the power of self-control, raw energy directed with purpose. To be truly attractive, you must gain mastery over your emotions and desires. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Self-control begins with self-awareness, knowing the weaknesses and triggers that lead you astray, and then learning to tame them like a spirited horse under a skilled rider. We all have destructive impulses: jealousy that clouds our judgment, anger that burns bridges, greed that blinds us to what truly matters. But the Stoic refuses to be a prisoner to these emotions. Instead, he acts with calm deliberation, unmoved by temptation and unshaken by provocation. A person who can resist the lure of instant gratification, who chooses principle over fleeting pleasure, radiates a strength that others instinctively respect. Start small. Pause before you speak in anger. Say no when indulgence tempts you. Each act of restraint is like sharpening a blade. Your inner discipline grows keener, and over time your composure becomes magnetic. To embrace adversity, strength through trials. Think for a moment about the most magnetic people you admire. Are they the ones who collapse at the first sign of hardship? Or are they the ones who, when the storm rages, stand unyielding, bending when necessary but never breaking? It is through adversity that the depth of our character is revealed. Comfort rarely forges greatness. It is the fire of trials that shapes us into something stronger, more compelling, and more admirable. When life throws obstacles in your path, you have a choice to let them crush you or to let them forge you. The truly attractive person understands this, and their resilience becomes a quiet beacon to others. The Stoics believed that suffering was not a curse, but a teacher. Seneca once wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Every setback, every insult, every disappointment, they are not merely obstacles, they are invitations. Invitations to prove your resilience, to show yourself and the world that you cannot be broken. When life tests you, do not retreat into fear or self-pity. Instead, step forward and embrace the discomfort. Each challenge you face and conquer adds another layer of steel to your spirit. People are drawn to strength, not the loud performative bravado of arrogance, but the quiet, unshakable confidence of someone who has faced the worst and emerged stronger. Train yourself to see adversity as a gift. When you stop fearing discomfort, you become unbreakable. And there is nothing more magnetic than the quiet dignity of a person who remains composed under pressure. 3. Live with purpose. Align actions with values. The third habit may be the most transformative of them all. Living with purpose. Ask yourself, why am I here? What is my role in this vast and unpredictable world? A person without direction is like a ship adrift, tossed endlessly by the waves, moving but never truly going anywhere. But a person who knows their purpose shines like a lighthouse, steady, clear, and inspiring trust in everyone who sees them. The Stoics taught that our purpose is found in living in harmony with nature and reason. Striving to be virtuous in every action, Marcus Aurelius urged, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Living with purpose means aligning your daily actions with your highest values. It means rejecting the distractions of trivial pursuits and committing yourself to what truly matters. When you live with intention, you walk through the world with clarity, and that clarity is profoundly attractive. This path is not an easy one. It demands honesty to face your own flaws, reflection to understand your direction, and courage to stay the course when it would be easier to drift. But as you align your life with your purpose, you'll find yourself surrounded by those who respect and admire your unwavering sense of direction. 4. Practice. Compassion, strength and kindness. Strength is not cold, distant, or unfeeling. Real strength is warm. It is compassionate. There is immense power in understanding and connecting with others, not from a place of superiority, but from a place of shared humanity. To practice compassion is to extend to others the same grace you grant yourself. It is recognizing that their struggles and imperfections are, in many ways, reflections of your own. Contrary to the common misconception, the Stoics were not detached from people. They believed deeply in community and in the bonds that tie us together. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." This love he spoke of was not merely romantic. It was universal, a love for mankind despite its flaws and failings. Compassion does not mean weakness. It does not mean allowing others to walk over you or dismiss your boundaries. Rather, it is the choice to listen when someone needs to be heard, to offer a hand when someone stumbles, to forgive when someone falls short. A person who shows kindness in a world often ruled by selfishness is rare, and that rarity is irresistibly attractive. Compassion is strength under control. Knowing you could retaliate, but choosing mercy. Understanding your own power, but using it to uplift rather than to crush. When people feel truly seen and valued in your presence, they are drawn to you in ways no material possession or physical beauty could ever achieve. So, the next time you feel tempted to judge harshly or to turn away in indifference, remember, practicing compassion does not weaken your character, it refines it, it strengthens your character, hardens your resolve, and in doing so, you will embody a form of attractiveness that lingers, the kind that leaves a lasting impression on everyone you meet. 5. Speak less, listen more. The wisdom of silence in a world drowning in noise, constant notifications, endless chatter, voices competing to be heard. The person who speaks with intention and listens with full attention stands out like an oasis in the desert. They become a beacon of calm, a source of wisdom in the chaos. To be truly attractive, you must learn the art of measured speech and deep listening. The Stoics revered silence, not as emptiness, but as a pathway to understanding and self-mastery. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, famously said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Therefore, we should listen twice as much as we speak." This habit is not merely about holding your tongue. It's about cultivating genuine presence. When you listen intently, without distraction, without thinking of what you'll say next, you show others that their words have value. You connect with them on a deeper level, one that most people never experience. Such presence builds trust and respect. 2 of the most magnetic qualities a human being can possess. At the same time, speaking less gives your words greater weight. Instead of filling the air with empty chatter, your speech becomes deliberate, purposeful, and meaningful. People are drawn to those who don't waste their energy on trivialities, but reserve their voice for truth and wisdom. Practice this habit in every interaction. Pause before you speak. Ask yourself, will my words improve this moment, or will they only add to the noise? When you do choose to speak, let your words reflect your values, your purpose, and your commitment to self-mastery. In silence, there is power. In listening, there is connection. And in thoughtful speech, there is influence. Combined, these qualities create a quiet strength that others cannot help but admire. 6. Detach from external validation, freedom through independence. If you want to be truly attractive, you must free yourself from the invisible chains of other people's opinions. Too many live their lives chasing approval, bending their actions, softening their words, even reshaping their beliefs to match what others expect. But here's the truth. This constant hunger for validation weakens the soul. It makes you a slave to forces outside your control. The Stoics understood this deeply. Epictetus taught, if you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your judgment about it. To become truly magnetic, you must detach from the need for constant approval and root your sense of worth in your own principles. When you stop living to please others, something shifts. You exude authenticity. You radiate quiet confidence. And people are naturally drawn to those who remain true to themselves. Even in the face of criticism, this kind of independence, grounded in self-respect and inner stability, is irresistible because it reflects true freedom. It tells the world that your value is self-made, not granted by applause. Make this detachment a daily practice. Ask yourself, am I doing this because it aligns with my values, or because I seek approval? If it is the latter, pause. Redirect your energy toward choices that honor your principles. Over time, this will free you from the exhausting cycle of chasing recognition, and your quiet self-assurance will become your most magnetic trait. When you act with integrity and remain steadfast in your convictions, you embody a strength that others will naturally gravitate toward. This is not the loud pull of popularity, but the deep pull of respect, the kind of admiration that lasts. 7. Pursue wisdom. Relentlessly, the lifelong journey of learning wisdom is not a final destination. It is a path you walk every day, a relentless pursuit of truth, understanding, and personal growth. A person who is devoted to learning and improving themselves carries a quiet radiance, a light that others cannot help but notice. This is the 7th and final habit of true attractiveness, an unquenchable thirst for wisdom. The Stoic philosophers dedicated their entire lives to learning. Seneca advised, as long as you live, keep learning how to live. To be wise is to understand that we are never complete, that each day offers an opportunity to refine our character, broaden our thinking, and deepen our understanding of the world and ourselves. The pursuit of wisdom humbles you, for it reveals just how much you have yet to learn, but it also elevates you, because with each step toward greater knowledge and virtue, you are transformed into a better person. People are drawn to those who seek truth, not to boast or dominate conversations, but to better themselves and to serve others. Commit to learning every single day. Read deeply and widely. Reflect on your experiences. Engage with people who challenge your assumptions and force you to think differently. Seek not only intellectual knowledge, but also emotional and moral growth. The more you pursue wisdom, the more you will inspire others to do the same, and this inspiration is one of the purest forms of attraction. The power of inner radiance. Attractiveness is not about perfection. It is not about never making mistakes or fitting some narrow image of beauty. It is about becoming the best version of yourself, a person of self-control, resilience, purpose, compassion, and independence. When you embody these habits, you will not only draw others toward you, but you will also create a life of meaning and fulfillment. In the end, true attractiveness is about the light that burns within you. It is about mastering yourself so completely that your very presence inspires others to rise higher, as Epictetus reminds us. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. The question is not whether you can develop these habits, because you can. The real question is, will you? Will you embrace the discipline that sharpens your mind? Will you face the trials that forge your character? Will you live with the purpose that makes life worth living? Or will you remain a slave to the passing whims of the moment? The choice is yours, and in that choice lies your power. Thank you for watching. And remember, your transformation begins not tomorrow, not someday, but right now. If this message resonated with you, subscribe to Stoic Drift for more timeless wisdom to guide your journey.